Depending on when you're watching this, the Mario Kart World Direct could be a few days, tomorrow, or a few hours from now, and where Nintendo's gonna have the task to prove why Mario Kart 8, why do I keep calling it Mario Kart 8, Mario Kart World is worth the price of admission. And today, on this video I should say, I'm going to try and predict a few things from that direct. So before we get started, this video might have a little bit more cuts because I'm a little bit sick, so I'm going to have to cut around onto it. So yeah, apologies for that. So the first thing we're going to be talking about will be game modes, which I expect we'll be seeing a lot more modes than we are expecting. So let's begin with single player modes. And by single player, I think we're going to be seeing mostly will be either a story mode, that'll be mission based, not just like track to track to track. I also think maybe in that mode we're going to be seeing boss battles. I think a lot of people are already predicting it, and a lot of I think there's little hints here and there in the Mario Kart World demo and stuff that things were removed. They even said things were removed, so maybe that, at the very least, boss battles and missions I think will be there. No boss story, but the other two will be there. Then for online modes or multiplayer modes or whatever, I will say I think that we're going to be doing a few things. First, I think that we'll bring back, or they'll be still keeping it in Grand Prix mode, the traditional Grand Prix mode. I don't know if they're going to call it Classic Grand Prix or something like that, where you go from track to track to track. Honestly, I'll be perfectly honest with you. I was a little bit disappointed in the Grand Prix mode, not because I'm disappointed in that it's different or something like that, or the long straightaways, and I think the straightaways and not doing anything there, I think we haven't seen all of it. I think there's a lot of stuff hidden that will make maybe those straightaways more compelling outside of the new the ground jump, as I've heard his name, I think Shortcut or something like that, say it, where you just press the trick button while you're just driving and you build up a jump and then you jump. I think that will be within the gimmicks, but I don't think that will be the whole story. But I think what I was disappointed in was that, from my understanding, when I watched the direct, the switch to direct, and they said, oh, you finish a track and then you're also going to be driving from one track to the other as part of the Grand Prix. And I thought that's a really cool idea, where you do the race finishes, you drive from point A to point B for position, basically. I thought it would be for position, and then you do the track. I understand that could be kind of long, but the way they did it to me, it's kind of like, okay, it's not as cool, I guess, because you drive to a track, and then you drive to the other track, and then you do a lap on the track. It's it's just a continuous race from after you finish the first track to the next track. When you get to the next track, you do a lap or whatever it is, and then you change to, then you finish that and you do the driving to the next one, which I was a little bit disappointed. I thought it was going to be, like I was saying, you do one track, then race for position, do the next track, race for position, and the race for position will be from going from one track to the other. But unfortunately, it doesn't seem like that will be the case. But I hope that they bring back the traditional Grand Prix, and I hope for online we don't have to do the whole like it's a Grand Prix race. You don't go from track to track to track or select which tracks you want like you could in Mario Kart 8, and it's just like the Grand Prix mode and that's all you do, and I'm like kind of disappointed if that will be the case. Also, I expect them to showcase brand new game modes. Obviously they have to, but I expect we'll be seeing battle modes and all the variants we had in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I don't know if they'll be track-based, if it'll be just in the open world, or if they'll be having like sectioned areas that'll be specifically tailor-made for battle mode, or they'll have other areas come in for battle mode. That'll be interesting. I think it would be very cool, especially in the city, for example, like where you're playing the Sunshine Get, and I think it'll be pretty fun, depending on how it works. Same thing with the boss battles. I think multiplayer boss battles will be in. And since we already have knockout battle, I think it'll be very interesting to see if they're gonna go full blast into battle royale. I think it'd be pretty cool. I don't know how they will do it. The problem with the battle royale mode would be how many characters will there be? Because if it's a race, it's 24. Will it be 24? Will they bring it to 99? Will they do? How they'll do it will be very, very, very interesting in my opinion, if they do decide to add it. Especially if there is like stuff like bosses and like stuff like with Kamek. How would Kamek work in the thing? Because Kamek changes the track you're playing. Maybe like stuff like a Wonder Seed where it like changes things up a lot more than you would think around the world. I think it'd be cool. We'll have to wait and see. I don't even know how a blue shell would work on a Battle Royale mode, but a lot of people are predicting it, and I won't be surprised if it is. Now, moving on to tracks. I'm not going to predict a lot of tracks. What I will hope is that we still get, and this will go into the characters as well, out of franchises outside of Mario. I think it'll be pretty cool to see. Yeah, I don't have much more to say to that for predicting tracks. I do hope that there's 30 tracks I think confirmed right now. I think that's including Rainbow Road, so it'll be interesting to see. Before we get to characters, let's talk about DLC. I hate the term DLC because I'm not expecting it to be DLC the traditional way. When people say DLC, traditionally it means paint, while it doesn't. So I'm gonna go with updates. I don't know. I hope this is breathing in the copium that there isn't any paid DLC and all of it's free updates. But Nintendo's a corporation, so they're probably going to go with DLC, paid DLC. So yeah, but I do hope we get. We'll see. I don't know how it will work because it's an interconnected world. Will they just add stuff to the map? Like for example, if there is a Legend of Zelda track, will it be part of the map? Will they add it in? Will there be like an amusement park? Like the Zelda track is there, a part of it? I don't know how it would work. It'll be interesting to see. Now let's get to the characters. What I really want to see, first things first, the thing I want to see the most right now is for them to give a lot of the enemies or a lot of the random characters costumes. Because I have not seen the cow or the dolphin with costumes, and that annoys me a little bit because at that point it doesn't feel like they're actual characters in the game. It feels like they're just NPCs. If every character has costumes and then there's 2 or 3 that don't, they feel like they're not supposed to be there. I'm sorry, that's just me. But I hope we get when it comes to characters, there's a lot of characters they have to, that I think will be there. I don't know if they'll be showcased here, but I think and I hope they are there. So first things we begin with the non-Nintendo characters. I hope that Link stays. I hope that the villager from Animal Crossing and Isabelle stay. I hope the Inklings stay or return, I should say. I hope they do. We see that, but I also hope that we see Zelda make an appearance. It's kind of I think it's a little bit sad that Zelda never got to be a part of it. I hope all the characters from 8 Deluxe, I should say, the ones that were added by DLC, show up because we haven't seen Diddy, and I think Diddy Kong should be there. But yeah, well, especially with the costumes and stuff. But I would love to see Zelda from outside of Mario. I would love to see Zelda. I would love to see Kirby. A lot of people are talking about Kirby. I would love to see Kirby. I don't think Kirby will happen because of Air Riders, but I would love to see Kirby. Given the help that Monolith gives mainline Nintendo studios, I would love to see a Xenoblade Chronicles character there. Doubt it, but it could happen, especially if they bring in a Xenoblade track. Who else from outside of the Mario universe would be fun to see there? I mean, if they bring third parties, maybe a Sonic or something like that would be fun, but I don't think they will. But like, Captain Falcon is the obvious choice, and I do hope we see the Captain there, but listen, he wasn't in 8 Deluxe. 8 Deluxe had 2 F-Zero tracks, and the Blue Falcon and the Mii costume for the Captain, and he still isn't a playable character there. So I don't think he will be here. I would absolutely adore it if he was. Trust me. I'm pulling for Mr. Falcon, for Douglas, but I doubt we'll see him. It'll be very fun. Now, when it comes to the Mario universe, there's still a lot of characters missing. Like I said before, Diddy is not there. Neither is Funky. You could say, well, they're really Donkey Kong characters. Well, but they're a part of the Mario universe. Come on. They've been in there since forever. I would love to see the return of Diddy. I would love to see Funky. I would love if they bring Cranky and Dixie as well. That would be fun. Maybe with Bonanza coming out, they'll give an update where it brings more characters from Bonanza. Who knows? One thing I'm noticing right now is there's a lot of random mooks. Like you have the Goombas, you have the Koopas, you have the Dry Bones, you have the Coin Coffers. You have all these things. Like then, when it comes to villains, it's just Bowser and Bowser Jr. You know, I think it would be very fun to bring in all the Inklings. I believe they were in 8. I don't remember if they were. Yeah, they were in 8 and 8 Deluxe. I think they should be in. I would love if the Brutals came in as well. And this is my out-of-the-box prediction. This, I think, is the character that I think will be the most surprising to a lot of people if it is included in this game, and I think it should be. And that's Wart, the main villain, or the final boss, of the Mario 2 USA. The second Mario game that came out in the West. It was Doki Doki Panic in Japan, but in the West is Mario 2. I think Mario already co-opted a lot of the things from that series, from that game, as like, no, this is canon Mario. Like the Shy Guys made their first appearance there. Birdo made its first appearance there. I think it would be pretty fun to bring Wart in. This would be like, I think it's really like his first appearance since then? Not counting like Spirits in Smash, I think it would be. I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it would be. I think that'll be a very interesting one to have there. I'm actually pulling pretty hard for it. I think maybe the second character I would want the most, outside of Mr. Falcon. But I think that would be it. I would. And then outside of that, I don't think there's a lot more Mario characters to be included outside of the villain, because everything else already seems to be there already. I was going to say Captain Toad, but I'm pretty sure that's just going to be a costume for Toads. Or hopefully it is. Fingers crossed. And there's no other 3D Mario coming up soon. There's no. I mean, actually, yeah, no. You know what? I was gonna say Prince Florian, but he should be pretty small, so I don't know. But yeah. Anyway, I think those will be all of my predictions. Not a lot, not too many, not too long of a video this time around. Hope everybody had a good time. Hope everybody enjoyed. Tell me in the comment section, what is the things you're predicting and expecting to see in the Mario Kart World Nintendo Direct. Sorry for you to hear my phone there. Apologies. It just got a bunch of notifications. That's fun. Apologies for if the mic picked up. Probably did. But tell me in the comments. What do you expect? What are the characters you want to see? What are the tracks you want to see return or brand new, especially from outside of the Mario universe? And what game modes are you expecting? Anyway, hopefully you had a good time here. Hopefully I'll see you in the direct reaction, both live or recorded. But yeah, take care. Have yourselves a good time and a good day. And I'll see you guys later. Take care. Bye everyone.